Hello and welcome. We're going to get into another video. Today's video, I will show you how to build the champion that we just had a guaranteed champion of. And I'm talking about Balard. Why is Balard so important? Balard is currently the hottest topic in the entire Raid Shadow Legend for a million reasons. Number one, he is the best damage dealer that can do the most amount of trials, okay? Now, there is kind of a tough competition between him, Ninja, and Toshiro. Ninja wins over Toshiro because he can do 2 more trials, but Balard wins over Ninja, and I think 1/3 of the entire rotations, Ninja will weak hit against the 3 bosses. Because, you know, like how the main one will have an affinity and the other 3 will have another affinity. So there is a case where like the other 3 affinities will be red and Ninja and Toshiro will be weak hitting, while Balard will be doing strong hits because he's a good affinity against those 2. And that is the main case with Balard is good. That's number 1. Number 2, because he can do trials that no other champion in the game can do them. So as a guaranteed champion, I think it's kind of a W by Plarium to give us this champion because he is like legit the champion that everyone's trying to get. So I'm on my friend's account, Need No Name, and he was generous enough to let me use his account and show you how to build this champion. Real quick guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics, Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Plarium Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. First, gear set. How to build him? 9 pieces merciless. That's number 1. What if you can't do 9 pieces merciless? As an example, I'm gonna assume that you don't have him awakened. Like here, Need No Name, he still doesn't have the soul. Probably he will have the soul because of the event, because he has him. He doesn't need to go for him, so he can just go for the soul. And then the soul will give you 75 accuracy and a bunch of stats, right? But if you don't have that, you have to adjust as an example. So I adjusted that for you. What you need to do is you need to have 6 pieces merciless and 3 pieces of pinpoint, because the pinpoint will give you 40 accuracy. But if you don't have the 3 pieces pinpoint, oh well, you can just do 6 pieces merciless and 2 pieces of perception or any accuracy gear. You could also do 2 pieces of pinpoint, 2 pieces of feral, and 6 pieces of merciless. Another choice, you could do 4 pieces merciless and 4 pieces lethal, and that is arguably one of the best because you can decrease your cooldown, you can still ignore the defense. You could also do 2 pieces of zeal plus 4 pieces, 6 pieces of merciless or 4 pieces of lethal. So damage, full damage, but you still need to maintain stats. As an example, for Nightmare Chimera, you need around 450 accuracy, so you need to get that. So here we're just gonna have an Mikage in the lead, and she will almost get that number, so almost 450, and that's probably like gonna be good enough. Now, why is Balard is good? Let's just go about his kit. So here he apply increase accuracy, decrease resistance to the boss. He places 3 poison debuffs, and by the way, if you put 2 poison debuffs, it's not enough to get the trial. You literally need at least 3, and he does places those 3, plus he brings the poison sensitivity, so that trial poison the boss while the boss is under poison sensitivity, he can take care of that. And there is another annoying one, which is land a leech on the boss, and if you don't have Necmo, you're gonna struggle to do it, so he's also gonna bring that, so you don't need to rely on Necmo. A third one, shield. The shield one, don't worry about it, but the shield one is so good because the shield is based off his attack, so the more attack you get him, the bigger the shield he gets. The shield acts as a way to give him some sort of survivability, so that's why the shield is good on him. So he might be squishy, but he's gonna give himself a shield, which no other champion in the game can do. Like currently, if you want to have a shield on Ninja, you have to give him a shield accessory from those CVCs, but he doesn't need it because, you know, that's how they power creep the game. They keep giving you like slightly better champions. Now, as far as the relic, the best relic on him by far, and nothing is even close, is Irity Coronate. Why Irity Coronate? Because it increases his damage 1%, you can say 6%, up to 30% every time he lands debuff, okay? So he will increase his output damage eventually by 30%, which is probably in 4 turns because he has so many debuffs. And it has 2 good gems, and this is the one I'm telling you about. Number 1, the where the damage increases by 1% per 100 accuracy. of their total accuracy. Now, he has increased accuracy with accuracy aura, so he's going to have around 600 accuracy with his accuracy aura, and increased accuracy buff. So that's 6% more output damage. So that's like a mini zeal piece by itself. And this one will just going to reduce the technically more accuracy to land his poison, because he's going to decrease the boss's resistance by 5, so it's technically 20% less resistance on the boss. Now that's as far as the relic. As far as the blessing, you go with Nature's Wrath. Nature's Wrath performs as another coordinate, so you would have another coordinate on him just by having Nature's Wrath as higher as Awaken. Don't go for Crushing Rend, by the way. If you have a 6-star cruelty plus decreased defense and weaken, you go for Nature's Wrath. It's amazing on him. So that's another 30% more damage. And now, as far as his masteries, the best way to do it, I think you have to go offense and support. Now, why offense? Because he's a damage dealer. When do you go Helm Smasher? If you have more than 250 crit damage, 6000 attack, you go Helm Smasher. If you have less than 250 crit damage, 6000 attack, both, you can go for this one, War Master. Okay, Helm Smasher if you are end game. This one if you are progressing throughout the game. Now the support tree is so important on him because you can get the Cycle of Magic to reset, you can give a lot of steel to get some stats, but those two are even more important. 1 second, let me move myself back, for multiple reasons. Reason number 1, has 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff. He has a shield, so we need to extend that. And this one, extend his debuff, and he has so many debuffs, which we also want to extend that. So we need those two, they are very important. Now, I know some people would go for the counterattack mastery, so they can counterattack and do more damage, but honestly, you can just go for those two and make your life like a million times easier. Now, let's see what can he do with this build. Now, sadly, we don't have a Chimera key, but I think I'm just going to do a dedicated Chimera key. Let's just go to Doom Tower and bring Balard and test out his damage. So I forget to mention that he brings an accuracy aura, which is also good. So if you don't want to use Mikage, well, technically you're not going to use Mikage because technically he's not a Shadowkin, right? So you can use what's his name, Padraig. And Padraig is actually more interesting because he has more buffs than Mikage, his passive, and his A1 is going to help to reset your abilities throughout the battle. So Padraig actually is going to come in clutch, especially if you build him in counterattack masteries. Remember that he heals, so if you build him, I don't know, he has a buff here, he has increased attack here, and he has a bunch of buffs here. So if you build him in protection, at least you will get your damage multiplied by 20%. So you don't need to use Mikage. And remember, because he has accuracy aura, you also don't care about Mikage. Because like some of the reasons we use Mikage is because she has an accuracy aura. So let's see. So let's just start with his A3. That's actually decent. Yeah, that's actually not bad. 150 on an ability that have lots of debuffs. Yeah, okay. See guys, this is what I'm talking about, Padraig. He resetted his ability right here. So attack on enemy leech, instantly activate all the poison. Holy dude. Oh, he activated the poisons on everyone, so it's technically not a single target hit. Now let's just go and take a look at his masteries. I somehow said masteries, I meant multipliers. So his A1 3.4 attack, that's actually not bad. Shield 4 times his attack, that's actually good. So if you build him with 6k attack, we're talking about a good amount, like 24k. That's actually a big shield. His A2 has a multiplier of 5.5. That's actually a big hit. On an ability that also activate poison. So the poison activation will, I think each poison is 25,000. So if he has a 3, that's 75,000 plus whatever his attack. So that's a big hit. And you have 5.8 on his A3. And remember that these aren't AoE, and we don't want them to be AoE. We don't want them to get mitigated by boss's passive. And remember that also his passive increase this champion ignore defense by 1%. So if you build him with Savage, he is going to ignore like a lot of defense. Now before we head out, so Need No Name does not have a Chimera key. So what Chimera team would I use with Balard? I mean, basically you need since we have accuracy aura and Mikage only boosts the Shadowkin, he's not Shadowkin, he's a Sylvan. So we don't need to use that. But I do kind of appreciate like the ally attack trial. So we're just going to bring in Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter brings in Weaken and ally attack technically to join his A2. So another champion that would be very interesting with him, like the factionity champion for the Shadowkin, because he brings in True Fear and also brings in Termite, like fill the Termeter. He just increased this one. Termeter increase effect used on allies are 20% more effective. So if you have a champion like Galathir, like Elva, like Sifi, whatever you support the champion you use here, it's going to be more effective. I know this is 6 champions, you can only bring 5. I'm aware of that, so I'm just here like to have more ideas. So as far as Lydia, I don't think Lydia would be ideal with him. I don't know if there is avoided champion with decreased defense, but I'm not sure if he has her or not. So debuff, we need decreased defense. Yeah, I don't think he has her. Let's double check. Oh, okay. I don't think we actually need her. Okay, I will tell you the name of that. I don't remember the name of that champion. That's the main issue. What is the team? Okay, the team is here. Now I know what actually would be so ideal with him, and you don't need Lydia with him if you want to use this guy, because he does bring in True Feet. So if he's fast enough and he does like gain insane turn meter, so you don't need Elva. You actually go for what's her name? Yeah, this. So this is actually would be the team I would go with, like with him. Remember, the last 2 you choose either. Okay, the last three, those 3 you choose 2. This one could be Sifi, Duchess, Elva, whatever champion you use. And honestly, this champion is probably Riho is the best to pair with Balard, because she brings in so many debuffs. HP burn, decrease defense, weaken, decrease attack, decrease crit rate. All of these debuffs with his debuffs will get you all the trials you want just by having those 2 together. And yeah, they will just leave you. I don't have Riho, by the way, so that's something I can't do. And as far as the other 2, I think this is a must. Those are like literally up to you, because we kind of get all the trials here. We just need increased attack. So whether you use her or any increased attack champion, like I don't know what you have. You could have a Queen of Heart. That's actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I think Queen of Heart would actually make the most amount of sense here if you have her. I don't have her. And yeah, either of those 3 I think would be ideal. So yeah, honestly, this is how I built him when I pull him. Basically 6 pieces of Merciless and whatever 3 pieces that can get me the stats that I want around this speed. 200. I would aim for 250 speed, but again, don't try to sack some stats and crit damage just because you are trying to get some stats, you know. That's as far as the stats wise. As far as the Relic, Coronate is your best bet. As far as the Blessing, Nature's Wrath is your best. And here is his masteries again. I will do another showcase once I have him with his soul, because I would like to see how much damage he can totally does. So yeah, good luck with your pulls, and I hope you pull all the champions you want. And that's it for today. And thank you so much, No Name, for letting me on your account and letting me use your resources. And yeah, before we head out, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.